So our next presenter is Forrest Cuch. He is the Director of Native American Affairs for the state of Utah. And throughout his career, he's done things such as developed educational programs, and he has done nation building, as his website says. So I thought it was pretty awesome.
Thank you. Folks, I hope I don't disappoint you. We're not quite into architectural phase yet, mostly into social engineering. There's some prerequisites to all of this. My partner Shauna and I are into developing sustainable communities. When it comes to American Indian tribes, we want to combine the traditional ideology of the American Indian people along with the most modern technology. We're into sustainable communities and alternative energy that works. And anyway, our vision is to empower our people. Once again, our culture, our belief system has been ignored. And come to find out right now, it can probably make the most contributions to the dominant culture right now. I think that slide's way down. I don't know where we're at. It is the second one. Okay. So that is our vision. We just think our people have a lot to offer, but like I say, we've got a lot of work to do. Because our people, our culture is so different, okay? We've been trying to take brown people and fit them into square pegs, and it's never worked. It's come to the school system, we've been going for 50 years. It's still not working, okay? What happens is the parents blame the schools blame the parents. It's just not happening. Lately, they've been pounding these brown people into the square peg, and it's still not working. The pegs are popping out. So what our organization is about is taking the best of the Indian world and combining it with the best of the dominant culture. And we're going to neglect some of the things that aren't working in this culture right now, in the dominant culture. When it comes to the pollution, the selfishness and the greed that are happening, we're going to let go of those. We're going to go back to cooperative economics, something our people practice. I don't think it's working. Yes, please. Okay, that's our mission. That's our mission, is to promote, we've got to empower our leaders to make the contributions in society. A lot of people don't know this. We have the highest poverty rate of any group in the entire state. These figures come from the Governor's Office of Economic Development, Budget and Planning, I'm sorry. We have a horrible diabetes situation, the obesity, compound diet. A high percentage of our people suffer from mental illness. These are our lands. We suffer accidental death 4 times higher than others. Our life expectation is very low. Second highest rate of death in the state. Our suicide rate is 5 times higher than the national average. Again, our students are struggling from school. Our dropout rate is high. Very few go to college. Most of them are not prepared for college. That's why we don't have enough architects in graduate school. This is probably the most important slide, and I'm sorry it doesn't show up very well, but the cultural differences between the cowboys and Indians were incredible. I mean, a better way to illustrate that was here. I'll go right here. This is the dominant world, the Indian world, right? Aggressive, passive, okay? Competitive, cooperative, okay? I can just go down below. Linear, sequential, holistic. scientific, spiritual. I mean, we can just keep going on and on. Our people do not fit this society, and that's been one of the problems. Let's stop trying to force them to be something they're not, and allow them to be what they can be, and make wonderful contributions to the world. We're into alternative education, and so we're going to educate people in a different way. We're not going to tell them how to do things. We're going to use their creativity and introduce them to what they can do with architecture, with food, with gardens, with land, everything. So the school system has basically failed American Indian people. These are the diseases that are destroying us right now. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, those are all three related. Suicide is also related to each one of those. Addictions as well, they're all interrelated. We need to be re-educated on good nutrition. What we used to eat was better than the food we eat today. Exercise, we got plenty of that long ago. Nutritional supplements, we used to take minerals, believe it or not. We were once happy, self-reliant people. We can be self-reliant again someday. What's causing these problems? Low self-esteem, addictions, high level of interpersonal conflict, and intergenerational. This is inter- and inter-tribal conflict. A lot of that is social dysfunction caused as a result of the intergenerational traumas. Here's what happens. We've got this cyclical nature of failure. We have suffering and poverty. What do? We introduce highly complex governmental and corporate business models launched without an educated and trained workforce. We end up with mismanagement, delinquency, neglect, negligence, exploitation, and we're right back where we were before. Here's what we're proposing. Pyramid of success. Education is the foundation, followed by leadership, which will improve governance. Governance will lead to better business opportunities and eventually success. These are the programs our nonprofit organization emphasizes. Leadership training, which we call really empowerment training. Nutrition and health, education, business, entrepreneurial training. Environmental education programs, cultural activities and entertainment. Go back to that next last one. The empowerment training, what we do is we reteach, we re-educate. We tell the real story about what happened with Columbus and the Pilgrims. Community development, we reintroduce spirituality. Many of our people have lost it. We talk about physical health, mental health, education, governance, business development, but we do it in our own terms, and in terms that they understand, and it works. As any people regain their confidence, they'll be more willing to share their culture. Right now, sometimes they're not willing to. Become more vocal regarding various issues important to them. Share their spirituality. Develop strong relationships with all people. Continue to make contributions to humanity. Right now, they're not ready to do it because they're still struggling with dysfunction. In the past, efforts to help Indian people were based on prescribed methods of helping white folks, not Indians. They failed. One size does not fit all. For the most part, state and federal funded programs have not worked and have promoted dependency. I know, I've worked for both federal and state. Anyway, this is our organization. We think we have something to do. The most recent project, I gave a talk here a couple years ago about community building. We were going to design everything around a school structure, the whole community around the school structure, utilizing the cyclical nature of our culture. We applied for big bucks, it didn't happen, so now we're going to go out to my reservation. I'm a Ute, I'm from Fort Duchesne, Utah, northeastern Utah. We have a beautiful reservation there. I'm going to use my own land, and we're going to begin to rebuild community on my land. We're going to start with my own house. Eventually we'll do a straw bale community building, do some landscaping, community garden, greenhouse. We're just going to do it all. We're going to incorporate traditional Indian beliefs, and hopefully we can build a real community that will be sustained from this day forward. And if you want to make a donation, folks. We got a little grants. We need some $5,000 matching grants. So I put the to talk to. Thank you very much.